But within that first week, something horrible happened to me. And I just felt so violated and scared.
So, most of you guys already know by now that Jack Doherty is basically the internet's punching bag at this point, and honestly, I can't even blame people for hating this guy. Like, this is the same dude who built his entire career off harassing random people in public, crashing a $300,000 McLaren on livestream.
I'm most likely going to crash this car. Holy no!
And literally turning his girlfriends into business contracts. But now, he's back at his mom's house begging people to follow him on Instagram like some washed-up influencer who just discovered what consequences feel like. So yeah, today we're going through everything that led to Jack Doherty's downfall, and trust me guys, it gets way worse than you think. And without further ado, let's talk about it. So over the past couple weeks, Jack's ex-girlfriend McKinley Richardson finally spoke out about the absolute hell she went through while dating this guy. And guys, I'm not even exaggerating when I say it was horrifying to watch everything from emotional manipulation to physical abuse to literally getting her addicted to substances. It's safe to say Jack Doherty is more cooked than he's ever been before. And honestly, I wasn't even going to make a video on this at first because it's obviously a very sensitive topic and McKinley clearly went through a lot. But after watching the entire podcast, I realized that literally everything I've been saying about this guy was just confirmed. And I feel like it's super important to recognize what McKinley actually went through and how terrible of a person Jack Doherty genuinely is. Now, one of the main things that McKinley exposed was the manipulation tactics Jack used to pressure her into starting an adult content. So when Jack and McKinley first started dating, McKinley was very clear that she did not want to do adult content at all. And at the time, Jack would even say that's what he liked about her. That's what made her wife material. You know, all that garbage. But of course, over time, things would start to change. Jack ends up taking McKinley to this business dinner with some older guy she had never met before, and this random dude literally asked her why she doesn't have an OF content. And when McKinley said it's against her morals, this guy literally told her to forget about her morals.
He ends up this one night taking me to dinner, and he was like, I want you to come with me. I'm meeting up with my business guy. I'm not saying his name. We end up going. It's a really nice dinner. It's with a bunch of other people I had never met before, but it was this older guy. Jack introduced me to him. We start talking a little bit, and he just brings up, so why don't you have an OnlyFans? This man is like in his 40s.
And you've never met him before?
Never had met him before. I was like, well, it kind of caught me off guard, especially like coming from an older man. I was just kind of like, that's the first thing you say to me is, why don't you have an OnlyFans? I was like, it's against my morals. That's all I said. I was like, it's just the way I was raised. Like, I that's something not in the cards for me, and I'm firm on that. And he said, fuck your morals.
Now here's the thing. Jack was supposedly the one person who supported McKinley not doing adult content, so it's really weird how he just casually takes her to a dinner where random old men are asking her why she isn't selling herself online yet. Like, if I had to guess, Jack probably told this guy to say that to her. He was planting seeds, you know what I'm saying? But even after that dinner, McKinley was still firm on not doing it. However, Jack wasn't having it. McKinley would reveal that one night, Jack's other girlfriend Michelle came to her and told her that Jack wanted her to start adult content, and that there was no reason for them to be together if she wasn't helping with the business. I mean, guys, McKinley broke down in tears because this was the same guy who told her he loved the fact she didn't have an adult content.
I'll never forget this night. Michelle walked into the bathroom I was in. I was by myself. And she basically told me, listen, don't freak out, but Jack really wants you to start OnlyFans. And he said that there's no reason for you guys to be together if you're not helping. I broke down in tears. I was like, wow. Everything that he had said to me, like, oh, I know you're my wife because you don't have one. And getting me to go to dinner and try to get me on OnlyFans, but it didn't work. Now it's an ultimatum. He wanted me. When he realized he didn't have the control over me when it came to other people and like what they could say, he realized that he did need to create an ultimatum for me.
And now he's giving her an ultimatum. Either sell yourself online or we're done. Jack would then tell McKinley that her parents would get over it once they saw how much money she'd make. and he promised they could finally act like a real couple if she just signed the contract. So McKinley, feeling trapped and emotionally manipulated, agreed just to end the conversation. But here's where it gets even more disgusting. The next morning, Jack had a contract ready and told McKinley to sign it immediately. She didn't even get to talk to her parents about it or get legal representation. And when McKinley asked if the contract really meant Jack owned all her social media accounts, even the ones she had built for years with 500,000 TikTok followers, Jack literally lied to her face and said the contract meant nothing and they could change anything. So she signed it. And the first words out of Jack's mouth were that she was now officially Jack Doherty's girlfriend.
I woke up and that morning he had a contract in hand and he told me to sign it. I didn't even have the opportunity to talk to my parents about it or for any legal representation. He gave me the contract and he basically just said sign it. I read through it and I didn't like how it said, he owns all of my social media accounts because, again, I had a following. I had 500,000 followers on TikTok. I had over 100K on Instagram. That was something I had built for years, and that was something that I held very close to me. So I was like, I just want to make sure, in this contract, do you actually own all of my accounts, even the ones that I have? And then he was like, no, the contract means nothing. We can change anything, but it's whatever. Just sign it. So I signed it, and then first words that came out of his mouth were, "You're now Jack Doherty's girlfriend."
This guy is genuinely one of the biggest scumbags on planet Earth. He emotionally manipulated this girl for months just to get her to sign her life away so he could take all her money. And by the way, Jack was making $500,000 a month from McKinley's adult content alone. $500,000 every single month while she was stuck under contract doing something she never wanted to do in the first place. But it gets worse, because Jack would also put McKinley's physical safety at risk for content. Most of you guys probably remember the golf cart incident where Jack flipped an entire golf cart on top of McKinley on purpose just to get a clip. McKinley said she was in so much pain and couldn't even walk because her entire spine was bruised and it hit her neck in a way that literally could have killed her. Jack thought it broke her neck, but instead of being worried, he just brushed it off like it was nothing.
He flipped an entire golf cart on top of me on purpose, and it was for a clip. I know that because he was trying his best to flip it, and you can see in the footage, the only thing that he was looking for was the camera to see if they got it.
Oh, fuck.
I was in so much pain. He thought it was not that big of a deal. I was like, Jack, I need to go to the hospital. I was crying. I couldn't even walk. My back was so bruised up, and my whole entire spine was just bruised. And my neck, it had hit my neck. It literally could have killed me. The way it fell on top of me, it fell on my side. The back of the cart went at the back of my neck, and I crunched over, and then it hit my back. He said that he thought it broke my neck. And I'm like, if you really thought that and you're not worried about me, that's insane. When I'm on the way in the Uber and I'm sitting upright, I'm realizing this is bad. I'm in pain. I definitely need to do something. And I walk into the house, everyone is there. They looked at me and were like, we need to go to the hospital. We'll go with you.
When McKinley went to the hospital, Jack showed up with a camera and started filming her while she was on pain medication, publicly humiliating her for content. She was in bed for a week recovering. And what does Jack do?
When I went, Jack had met me there and he had a camera. I was so embarrassed because I'm in the hospital, you're filming all of these things. He was like, you're the baddest one in the hospital on video. And I was like, I'm just not in the mood for this. But he was filming and they gave me medicine and I went back home. I was in bed for about a week and I was back to normal. But his joke, I guess, of everything, he bought a golf cart the day after it happened and then surprised me with it for a video. And it was all just a joke and funny to him.
He buys another golf cart the next day and surprises her with it for a video like the whole thing was just a joke. I mean, guys, this is borderline criminal activity. This is genuinely just abuse on so many different levels. And I don't understand why McKinley stayed with him after this, but she was probably trapped because of that contract she signed. But the abuse wasn't just physical, it was emotional and verbal too. McKinley showed private videos of Jack screaming at her, calling her a lazy, useless piece of trash just because she didn't wake up at 8 in the morning. And in one instance, after McKinley talked back to Jack, He pushed her into a wall so hard that she had a bruise on her arm the next day. Jack was literally screaming in her face, spitting on her, and telling her he was trying so hard not to punch her in the face.
You make my life harder, I'm sorry. It's like, I have to carry you through life, and it's like, you're my girlfriend. I have things I have to do every day, so you're supposed to help me through it. You used to be so helpful with it. You should make your own videos all day long, and I was able to do my own thing, help everyone else with their stuff. I have to just help me and you now. It's a me and you game now. It's a full-time job.
I want to do that though.
So why don't you do it? Like what's stopping you? I get my shit done every day. I post every day. I stream every day. I can't rely on you guys every day. That's why I do my own thing.
McKinley said she was terrified in that moment because she genuinely didn't know if Jack was about to beat her.
And I was terrified in that moment. I was so scared. I didn't know if he was about to beat the shit out of me.
And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, McKinley also revealed that at one point she took 2 pregnancy tests and both came back positive. Instead of being concerned or supportive, Jack was excited about starting a family YouTube channel and making even more money off a baby. McKinley told Jack that if she was pregnant, she was done with adult content and social media, and they needed to change their lifestyle. But Jack said there is no need for lifestyle change because people have babies when they're broke, and they were going to make so much more money when they have a baby. He even went to the club and made jokes about getting another girl pregnant so he could trap McKinley forever because no one would want her.
I ordered the pregnancy test, I took it, and I set it aside. I'm like, you know what, I don't think this is why I feel this way. I'm really hoping it's not. I wasn't expecting anything, and it was positive.
If she had Jack Doherty's baby. But eventually, McKinley had enough. She packed her stuff, changed all the passwords to her accounts, and left. And when she did, Jack's entire income collapsed. He went from making $500,000 a month to maybe $15,000 overnight. The mansion rent was due, the supercar payments were stacking up, and Jack was burning through $90,000 a month with no way to pay for it. So what does every desperate scumbag influencer do when the money dries up? Crypto scams, of course. Jack launched a meme coin on Solana, promoted it to his teenage audience with fake screenshots, and then dumped 87% of his holdings in 48 hours, crashing the price by 96%. His fans lost over $2.8 million combined, while Jack personally made $1.2 million. It was labeled as one of the most brutal rug pulls of 2024. But karma always catches up, and on October 15, 2024, Jack's entire empire started crumbling. Jack was live streaming on Kick while driving his McLaren in the pouring rain, hit 78 miles per hour, lost control, and slammed into a barrier. The car was damaged, his cameraman was injured, and Jack's first reaction wasn't concern. It was excitement about the content he just created. Kick permanently banned him, costing him $70,000 a month. Sponsors dropped him left and right. He lost $1.8 million in deals. Insurance denied his claim, leaving him with over $400,000 in costs. The mansion got repossessed, the cars got taken, and Jack ended up back at his mom's house. And now, he's out here offering people money to follow him on Instagram, collaborating with the Island Boys, and getting confronted at TwitchCon for scamming people. He even broke into the convention, harassed streamers with slurs, and stole someone's expensive microphone. On top of that, he's been exploiting Joshua Block, an autistic man, for content, rage baiting him into dangerous situations and making him participate in predator catches where he could genuinely get hurt. Jack even made Josh continue filming after he injured his nose, refusing to let him go to the hospital. So yeah guys, that's Jack Doherty, a scammer, an abuser, a manipulator, and genuinely one of the worst human beings on the internet. His empire is gone, his reputation is destroyed, and nobody wants anything to do with him anymore. Comment below what you think about this situation, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.